What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and with the Xbox Series X launch on us and the PlayStation 5 launch coming tomorrow, many people are playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, well, including PC users, and the game from early reviews, is a worthy addition to the Assassin's Creed franchise. Nothing that's going to be earth-shattering, but still worth a playthrough. Probably a game that you would feel really satisfied with getting on sale. Now, I'm going to play it through on Twitch, so if you want to follow me at twitch.tv/thequartering, you can decide for yourself as well. But some of the early reviews I've read have been, in general, positive, of course, except for the one that decided to get a little too woke. But the game is not without its bugs, of course. You have a wide variety of, buggy issues with launch. Ubisoft recently revealed full map for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, showing players will be able to travel to a variety of different nations in the new game. Now that the game's finally available, players are getting an idea of whether the latest installment moves the franchise forward. The vast majority of the reviews suggest there have been some major improvements to the playing experience, while the shift back to more traditional-based gameplay has also been praised. However, obviously, it has some bug issues. While the game is available on current-gen system, many players will be excited to see how the game looks on 4K, but nearly every review I have here bringing up bugs. How about this one? Shroud finds hilarious and horrible bugs in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The releases of Assassin's Creed, and this is all going somewhere. I'm building something here. The point is, Assassin's Creed has more important things to worry about, but, allow me to craft my tale here to entertain you for 8 to 10 minutes. By the way, I appreciate wherever you're watching my video, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey, Minds. I'm very thankful for your support. Please consider subscribing on whatever platform you're watching on. Now, the release of Assassin's Creed Valhalla arrived, and content creators are playing the game across multiple platforms. Of course, as with the newly released title, Valhalla has its fair share of bugs and glitches on launch day that the developers will likely be working on. This has, of course, become commonplace accepted. I hate that. I hate that we now accept games coming out and needing gigantic day zero patches to play and then day one patches to play. It's unacceptable. I don't like paying $70 to be a beta tester. While streaming Valhalla, Shroud experienced a number of these glitches himself, leaving his viewers with some great reactions. Despite these in-game issues being unintended, there's no denying how entertaining it is to watch a hilarious bug occur on stream. The first glitch revolves around a large chest that the NPCs are supposed to help you open. However, unfortunately for Shroud, his Viking companions didn't fancy lending him a hand. It's fair to say that there's no chance you're getting this chest open on your own. The fact that the chest is made of solid gold just adds insult to injury. As you can tell, Shroud just wants to grab the loot and go. He also encountered the next glitch while swimming in a deep pool that led into a patch of darkness. Unfortunately, that patch happened to lead Shroud underneath the map while his character continued to move in the swimming animation. Although the game-breaking glitches can be an issue for some players, they are an issue for all players. Stop excusing this. It's always hilarious to see a streamer encounter one. The fact that Shroud is swimming under the map just adds icing to the cake for the clip. All jokes aside, that's definitely a bug that Ubisoft will need to patch. Finally, Shroud enters a cave assuming this is an explorable area and soon realizes he's not meant to be there. It's safe to say when you see a black, untextured wall in the game, this is stunning. You're probably not meant to be there. You have to respect Shroud for pushing past the black wall, even if it meant he fell through the map. This is unacceptable levels of bugs. Game breaking, immersion breaking, experience ruining bugs on day one for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I can't understate enough how unacceptable this is and how pathetic it is that people have just accepted it as commonplace. But do you know what, instead of working at these bugs, you know what Ubisoft has prioritized? Changing a single word in a content text block because it offended one random person on the internet. I'm not kidding. look at what most people are talking about with Valhalla, okay? Played Valhalla for 5 hours. Very good news for the fans that wanted Assassin's Creed to go back to its roots. Ubisoft has heard you and has decided to bring the bugs back. And Assassin's Creed ended up blocking this person. That's how petty Assassin's Creed is blocking people bringing up bugs. But they're making time, though. They're making time to respond to this. I didn't include this in my Assassin's Creed Valhalla impressions piece because it was equally important to address. This is a character description in the game. It's absolutely unacceptable to talk about facial differences this way. Writers for the game and otherwise need to do better. Well, let's see what the horrible offensive statement is. Are you guys ready? Trigger warning. Horribly burned in a childhood accident, Erewhon is terrified. Someone will see her disfigured face. She relives her fury with bursts of violence. Relieves. Do you know what the offensive word is? Disfigured. You're not differently faced. It's not a facial difference. Are you joking? And adding to this. And look, I'm not a monster. I understand that, people out there, if they have, burns on their face or something like that, it sucks, especially for kids, because other kids will never understand it. I remember there was a kid that went to school with me that had burns over like 3/4 of his body because some propane tank issue or something like that, and kids were just awful to him. But that's what we're going to prioritize, because you might think, whatever, it's just some random rainbow-haired Mohawk SJW on Twitter, which Courtney is. But Assassin's Creed not only replied, but issued an apology. Thank you so much for pointing this out. We apologize for unintentionally reinforcing ableism through this language. We will remove this language in an upcoming update. What? Vikings would have tossed babies with, birth defects in the well, right? You understand that, right? You could see Gundam saying, "Dear gaming industry, you are trying to appeal to people that don't buy anything. They cancel it. You are welcome." Perfect example, Ubisoft had to apologize for, quote, ableism in a game set in a time period where Vikings would end babies born with deformities. I guess story setting and context mean nothing. And then, of course, the media all covers this up. Assassin's Creed Valhalla patch out issuing apology. Ubisoft apologizes for ableist description in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. This is a game that is full of game-breaking bugs, and you're worried about one possible player's feelings. Now, call me cold, call me a jerk, and maybe you can make a solid case for that, but give me a break. Give me a break. Courtney Craven, founder of Can I Play That?, a games publication for disabled gamers focusing on accessibility, called out Ubisoft for the way it described a character with severe burns in the latest Assassin's Creed entry. The description read, as I said, writers for games and otherwise need to do better. Girlfriend who has to deal with this, I was embarrassed that this was her impression of the industry I love so much. Ubisoft replied on Twitter apologizing, promising to remove it. You're joking, right? You're joking that you're taking time to apologize and remove one line of text because it offended 6 people. I'm offended that you released a buggy, broken game on day one. Where's my changes? This is hilarious wokeness. And if you look at the replies, of course, you see, where's this? I want to pull up the actual tweet. Here. Wait, that isn't it. What did I do with it? Oh, here we go. Laughable wokeness. With this, you guys guaranteed that I will never buy another Assassin's Creed game in my life. I mean, Exactly. Thank you for addressing it and working to do better. These people lord over their moral superiority over people, and it's like these are the same people that fart in a jar and smell it. I will not be buying these games are not activism. Don't listen to that person. They do not have your sales or success in mind. When demanding you change things in your games, they're on a power trip. Bingo. They get high knowing they were the ones responsible for such a, quote, positive change. How long till you can't end people in Assassin's Creed game because it unintentionally reinforces violence? Or change the name of the game because assassin is a bad thing? This is too much. I mean, yeah, I think Ivor losing his parents and then set out on a revenge them was disrespectful to all people who lost their parents, because this implies that they are revengeful and hateful people and unable to forgive. You see everyone mocking this because it is absolutely ridiculous and it should be mocked. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.